Sure. Yeah, whenever you're ready.
Well, great. I'll just skip over to the next slide. And I just want to welcome everybody to the space here this afternoon. I want to thank Sam, UWSA, for inviting me to present at this workshop to offer a mindfulness meditation for our time together. So I just really want to thank everyone. I hope everybody that's joining us right now has had a peaceful, rejuvenating holiday. I thought, it's quite fitting that we're starting the new year with a meditation type of workshop, and something that we can offer students is because how stretched most of us have been emotionally, physically, mentally, spiritually in 2020, and for some of us even moving into 2021, given the pandemic that we're going through. So just want to acknowledge that, and my hope is that in the space and in this workshop is that we can find the value of a mindfulness meditation in our lives, not as an escape from life, but as something that we can bring to our life, something that we can bring and embody in our day-to-day experience. So today, or this next 30 minutes, it's an invitation for us to embrace the calm in our being amidst the storm. So my hope is that's something that we can get out of here. I should introduce myself. My name's Brian. I'm one of the counselors at the Student Counseling Services at UW. And so we have 30 minutes together, and I wanted to talk a little bit about the benefits of mindfulness meditation, what meditation actually is. So just move to the next slide. And what meditation is, I'm going to guide us through a meditation. We're going to talk about some of the different types of meditation and some resources towards the end. And hopefully we can maybe have a couple comments or questions. So I wanted to start by saying that with this quote by a spiritual teacher that I followed for quite some time, Jack Kornfield. And he talks about meditation as a deep listening with the body, heart, and mind to find a graciousness, wisdom, and ease amidst all the change around us. And I thought that was a really good quote, because I felt like for some of us, it speaks to what we're dealing with in our lives at this particular time. So meditation is it's an inward arc. It's a way of going inside ourselves and finding that which is calm and present. So often we're led by our minds, or we're pulled by our emotions of fear and desire. So meditation is a way for us to loosen that grip on some of those negative thoughts that we might have, or those stories that we tell ourselves. So meditation is a way of relaxing that hold on our stories, on our thoughts that aren't serving us anymore, or as well. It's a way of stopping the pendulating between fear and desire, for example, where we can actually start to welcome difficult emotions, but not be pulled by them as intensely. So it's a little bit about, really, meditation is about accepting the moment as it is. That doesn't mean we give up, in the sense it can be accepting that we're not accepting the moment as it is. So it's an invitation to embrace the moment fully. So next slide. And so just wanted to talk a little bit about there's so many different forms of meditation. And maybe some of us here this afternoon have maybe embraced a practice, or continuously embracing a practice, or maybe this is your first time exploring what meditation is in different forms. So I wanted to highlight a few that I've come across, I've dabbled in, and as a means that one size doesn't fit all. So sometimes there's the classic sitting down breath meditation, which may work for some other people, or for some people, but for others, it's not a fit. So just wanted to talk a little bit briefly about the different forms of meditation. So there's mindfulness meditation. It's just really paying attention, bringing focused attention to our thoughts and feelings. It's kind of like a combination of concentration and awareness. Okay. the exercise or the meditation I'm going to guide us through is a form of mindfulness meditation. There's also loving kindness meditation, which I think would be appropriate for these times. And it's a way of strengthening compassion towards ourselves and towards others. So it's a form of meditation of receiving love and compassion while simultaneously giving it away or sending love to family, friends, communities, society, globally, universally. There's a focus meditation, which is another form of concentration, concentrating perhaps on all of our senses. It's kind of like, an example would be like counting our breath. Could be a form of focusing meditation, or counting beads. Another one is movement. So this is an active form of meditation. That can be dance, yoga, that can be gardening. And I remember even sports, how some athletes would talk about getting, like, they're so in the pocket or in the zone. That's another, that's kind of language for losing ourselves and being so in the moment, and being able to respond to be able to respond in a meaningful way. There's mantra meditations, which are a repetitive sound. Often, maybe some of us have heard of the sound of Om, okay? But it can be any type of sound that speaks to you. Progressive relaxation meditation, that's like, some have known it as a body scan. So it's aimed at reducing tension in the body. There's transcendental meditation that has been, or I don't know if it is anymore, but a popular meditation back in the 70s and I think 80s, maybe there's still happening, so I thought I included. So it's a different mantra-based meditation that uses a series of words. And then we have visual type of meditations, and that can be like a guided meditation, techniques of feeling calm and relaxation. Next slide. And so with this, there's I just want to quickly go through a lot of different benefits that we can experience in a meditation practice, or practicing some of the different forms that we talked about. Even right now, actually, just even right now can be a moment of meditation if we just relax into the space that we have. Really just not judging our experiences in this moment, just sensing, looking, and listening. So some of the benefits, if we take up a practice, can we feel more alive, more rejuvenated. And this list here are things and qualities that we can bring to our academics, bring to our, not just day-to-day life, but all aspects of our life. Test anxieties, or if we're struggling with test anxiety, we can bring it to our exams, our classes, when we're feeling bored, challenges in life. So meditation offers a sharp increase in our concentration and focus. We're more embodied, more in touch with our thoughts and feelings. There's a stillness that can come about with meditation, a sense of groundedness in our being. It can decrease fear, anxiety, stress, even depression. It lifts some of the heaviness that we may be carrying in our lives. A big thing, we're less identified with the mind. So when we think of the title of our presentation, mentally I am here. I amness is beingness, the sense of I am, the sense of presence, my presence here in this moment. This is what a lot of this is pointing to, that presence of our being in the moment. We're more in touch spiritually, as that's defined by you, and we're more connected with ourselves and others, and globally. So there's a lot of different benefits. These are just some. I'd be curious, or in your own way, just if you practice this, or what you notice in your experience. Like I said, the meditation I'm about to guide you into, so if we just flick over to the next slide, the meditation that I'm going to invite you into or to practice, it's about a 12-minute, I'm just looking at the time, it's about a 12-minute meditation. It's a guided practice. It's called the practice of presence. So I want to let you know that this is something that I do on a daily basis. So this isn't just something I've pulled for the sake of a workshop. This is something that I value in my life. And so I want full disclosure that this is something that I found helpful for me. And perhaps it may be helpful for you. So this practice, it's a practice of presence. So I guess we'll just start with that. So what I'm going to invite you to do is, if you're just to sit comfortably, just to kind of sit in a comfortable position. And the key thing, there's no right or wrong with this. We're just bringing a quality of attention and awareness to our inner experience, okay? So don't worry about that. So I want you just to sit comfortably. And the key thing is, I invite you to put your palms on your thighs, like, or on your knees, flat on your knees or on your thighs. We're just sitting with our feet firmly on the floor, and with our palms laid on our knees and our thighs. And in this moment, I want you just to gently close your eyes if that feels comfortable. I want you just to take a breath in through your nose, down to your gut, and out. We're just kind of relaxing into ourselves here. And so what we're going to do is we're going to start with our right foot. So I'm going to invite you to bring your attention awareness to your right foot. I'm going to invite you to not think about it or visualize it. I'm actually going to invite you to place your awareness inside your right foot and to sense all of the sensations that exist in your right foot. Feeling your toes, the sensations in your toes, the top of your foot. Just feeling all the joints, sensing all of the joints in your right foot. Noticing if there's any coolness, pain, itching, relaxation. No matter what it is, just allow it. Just fill your right foot with full and total awareness. Kind of like we're waking up our right foot. We're bringing more aliveness to it. We're sensing into it. And we're just going to slowly move our attention from the right foot, filling the right foot up to our right ankle, and just noticing the sensations that exist there. The bone, maybe there's some coolness. It doesn't matter, we're just noticing. And we're just allowing that to slowly move up from our ankle, slowly up our leg, towards our calf and shin. Just noticing the sensations in our calf muscle and our shin. You might find that you're pulled into thoughts, or there's other sounds or distractions. No worry, you just come back to the practice. We don't have to follow those thoughts or sounds. We just come back to the practice. Filling our lower leg with full attention, sensing all of the sensations that exist there. Coming up to our right knee, feeling the top of our knee, the kneecap, and all the bones that exist there. Sensing into it, the back of the knee. As we slowly again move down the thigh, bringing our awareness, feeling our thigh with our consciousness and sensing the muscle, any tensions that exist there. We're just sensing it, that's all. We're just noticing. And our awareness is now slowly moving to our right buttock and our hip. So we may just sense ourselves, the pressure of our seat and our right hip. Again, if there's any pain there, we're just noticing it. We're not going to judge it. We're just feeling our right hip with awareness and attention, bringing presence to it. And now we're just going to shift over to our right hand. We're going to move our awareness inside our right hand, feeling our fingers, all the different joints, sensing the top of our hand, any sensations that exist there. You may notice as you're doing this that there might be more of an aliveness that starts to show up in your hands and your legs. So that, just notice that. If you don't, that's okay too. Just notice that. And just from our right hand, we're just going to go to our, slowly move up to our right wrist. And just feeling, noticing, sensing any of the tendons that exist there. As we move up our lower right arm to our elbow, just filling that with presence. Sensing. And we're noticing our elbow now. It might be resting the back of our chair or on our leg. And just slowly moving up our right arm, filling our right arm with awareness. Again, just sensing anything. Now we're at our right shoulder. And sometimes for some of us, our right shoulder can carry a lot of tension or weight. If that's the case, we're only noticing that, no judgment. So we're just going to sense into the fullness of our shoulder, our right shoulder. And then we're just going to slowly move over to our left shoulder now. So we've come up our right side, and now we're moved over to our left shoulder, and we're going to go down, kind of like a cycle. So we're just noticing our left shoulder. Again, any sensations that exist there. If there's any pain, we're just noticing. And we're going to just slowly move down our left upper arm to the elbow. And we're just going to fill that with awareness. It's kind of like we're collecting a substance, if you will. We're filling our body with this substance called awareness. If we can call that a substance. We're just filling it up. And from our elbow, we're just going to move down to our left forearm. Again, just noticing the tendons, the top of your forearm. Right to our left wrist. Again, if we're distracted by thoughts or other things, we just come back to the practice. From our left wrist, we're going to bring attention to our left hand, to the fingers, and just feeling and sensing into that, the top, the sensation of your hand resting on your knee, just bringing a quality of aliveness to it. And then we're going to slowly shift over to our left hip and buttock. And just feeling that area with our consciousness and non-judgmental awareness. We're just sensing. And we're sensing as we slowly move down our left thigh, feeling our left thigh, feeling the weight, sensing into the weight of our left thigh to our left knee, the top of the knee, the back of the knee, and just slowly moving down our calf and our shin, feeling it with awareness. And to our ankle, noticing any sensations. And then as we feel our left foot, sensing all the toes, the arch of the foot, any sensations, any tensions, we're just going to allow, we're just noticing. And again, you just notice how we've gone through a cycle, up our right side, down our left, and we're just feeling it with full presence and consciousness. And I'm going to invite you just to allow yourself to sense the whole, all of your limbs, the whole cycle. Just notice what it's like to sense and notice all of your limbs all at once. So we're just going to take a moment just to feel and sense into the whole cycle of it. Filling it up with alive fullness of or energy in the moment. And slowly in your own time, I'm just going to invite you to slowly open your eyes and just allow yourself to look. Don't force yourself to look, but just invite you just to allow the looking to happen. So you may slowly just look around your room or wherever you are. And just take note of anything take note of your experience, and if anything, what you noticed about that. Yeah. So you may stretch if you need to, and that's fine. But with this practice, often we spend a lot of time in our mind and in our trunk, our heart area, kind of where the emotions are. We often forget to bring attention to our limbs that typically are always engaging the world. So often when we light up our limbs with awareness, it translates to our mind and trunk. That's the idea behind the practice. So you might notice the mind slowing down. You may notice a sense of centeredness or calmness, or not. That's okay. But this is just one practice that you can use. So I would invite for the rest of the day is, if this spoke to you, is to bring awareness to your limbs as you move throughout the day. So just sensing, looking, and listening. Just being aware of our limbs as we engage the day. Yeah, that's just one practice. So just go to the next slide. So if this is just one practice, it's called the practice of presence. So again, I know we have a few minutes here, but I just wanted, if this was something, or if there's a different meditation that you maybe are wanting to explore, setting up a practice can be important. And just a few things here I just want to highlight about if we want to set up a practice. I feel so chill right now. Sorry, I just feel so. So yeah, I quite like that practice. So if we're wanting to set up a practice, sometimes it's hard to find the words after doing a meditation. So bear with me. So we want to find the right practice that fits for you. Okay, that's important. We want to find the perfect environment as well, space, a schedule that works for you, eliminating as many distractions as you can, and really setting an intention when we do our meditation. Like, what is this about? Why am I doing this? Was I told, or what am I getting out of it? And again, I talked about embodying it in our everyday life, which is really key. It's not I think for some people, it's not just like a set aside for a weekend thing I'll do, then forget about it during the week. So it's something to bring into your everyday life. And a meditation group can also be helpful for people. So just wanted to highlight that. There's a lot of information there, which in the next slide, I talk about if this is something that interests you, or if you find benefit from it. There's a lot of resources that my team, Faustine and Lorraine and Christy put together. So there's different podcasts out there. And this one, it's for beginners mostly. So there's a lot of different podcasts that you can take a look at, just to kind of, if you want to get your feet wet, to test it, that would be great. There's also, next slide. There's a lot more resources regarding apps. Some people are familiar with Headspace, Buddhify. There's the Calm app that we've used quite a bit. There's so many out there, it's ridiculous. But these are just a few that can help provide guided meditations. And I think I got another slide there. And something about articles. People enjoy reading about the benefits of meditation. We've listed a few articles that we found helpful and shared with students. So I've included that here in the list as well. But yeah, I mean, I know this is maybe for some an introduction. Next slide. But just I appreciate you participating in today's workshop. Maybe some of you got something out of that meditation. We are, this is something that you can come back to. I think it'll be on the USA website, or a link. There'll be information for that. But also just for counseling, I always put a plug. If you'd like to connect with us, if you need some support, please don't hesitate to call us. Faustine is our intake specialist. She's often our first point of contact, and we'll meet with you. And if you're wanting to see a counselor, it can be linked up with a counselor. So there's our contact information there. But I just want to leave off with thank you for joining today. And if, with the meditation, joining me in that meditation, and it's something that I would invite you to bring throughout the rest of the day, and just to notice if anything happens as a result. So I'm aware of our time. I can stay if there's a couple comments or questions. I'm seeing some things coming through here. I don't know how to, so if there's any of that, any questions, just let me, I can see. Let me just see if there are. Okay. Thank you. Yeah, a lot of thanks. Okay. Well, yeah, so thank you. I really enjoyed this. So it looks like a lot of people just seem to benefit from it. So thank you. Yeah.